I'm back.
Whoa.
Yay, back. My boy, I never had a good voice, but we're gonna, I missed you guys, and Bree's here.
Yay.
Did you say no you didn't, Brett?
I don't know. No, I bet you did.
What? You don't think I missed you guys?
I feel like you don't have time to miss people when you have a baby.
I miss a regular schedule.
Yeah. or I do want to, I picture Sam while the baby's crying and she's like, just put this in your mouth. I wish I was on Paw Trigger right now. And someone else was doing this.
I know the difference between her cries now, and we'll get to all that because we're gonna talk about the birth, then we're gonna talk about like postpartum, then we're gonna talk about like Sophie and the first almost 6 weeks of Sophiehood, parenthood, which is crazy. It's the best of times, but it's the worst of times. It's hard. It's really fucking hard, but it's when she smiles, it makes it all worthwhile. So should we start with like the labor and delivery?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So you didn't know this, but one of those people in the delivery room wasn't a doctor. It was a camera person. So we have we are gonna go to video of the delivery.
I would die.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
There was one moment where I broke down, but I was pretty focused otherwise. But yeah, I mean, everything, my birth plan kind of went out the window. Remember like doing all the
So
things?
what happened?
Okay, so first of all, it was long because
when you first started going into labor.
Can I talk? I'm gonna talk full blown on it.
Do it.
Well, do it.
Like
I can't
all
wait.
the details, like all the.
I have some gross questions.
Okay, good.
So I'm excited.
Good.
Sounds like great.
So where are we starting?
We're gonna start with when I lost the mucus plug.
Excellent.
No, so wait. Was that when your water broke?
No.
So we have to go back there.
It's like an oyster that drops out of you.
Gross.
I am so ready for this.
It's nar.
Can I do it?
Yeah, like so. I guess.
Does it have a pearl in it?
Maybe.
The baby
I
is
should.
the pearl,
Yes,
Brett.
good job, Bree. Good job.
Good.
So that was at 4:30 in the morning. First of all, I had a nervous breakdown right before I went into labor. Walking down Hollywood Boulevard, my husband behind me following me, I was screaming, "Stop following me!" like a psychopath.
At Mark?
At Mark. I know, it was psychotic, but now I know it was
Into this
all,
world comes Sophie.
Yeah, and one guy, and I tried to be calm like my whole pregnancy because of Sophie, but as I was screaming at Mark, "Stop following me," going down Hollywood Boulevard, there was a guy like up, I don't know, I didn't even see him, but he was up somewhere, probably in an apartment building, yelled at, "Relax, you're pregnant." I saw red and I turned around at poor Mark and I said, "Tell him that."
Wait,
and I don't remember why Mark and I were fighting.
Right, okay, I was asking, why were you guys fighting?
Something stupid, my hormones were obviously through the roof because I went into labor that night. And that's why I wanted to bring that up because I never expected to have like that weird surge of hormones that I could not control.
Way to go, that guy, yelling the thing you don't yell at a woman. Followed by something she totally fucking knows.
Thank you.
You're pregnant? Oh, really?
Oh yeah, let me take a deep breath. Thank you, sir.
I wish you had looked up and gone, "No, I'm not." No.
But that was like looking back, I was like, that was a precursor to like me going into labor. It's like I could not control my emotions, and I was embarrassed by it. Totally embarrassed by it. Thank God nobody like knew who I was.
You were on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah,
I blended right in.
Thing.
I completely blended into Hollywood Boulevard. So then that night at 4:30 in the morning, lost the mucus plug.
So it's like
what
an
is
oyster?
the mucus plug?
Okay, it's I don't even know. I just know it's kind of like holding up, like separating the cervix to like, so once that drops, I mean, you could go into labor right away or it could take 3 weeks. So I immediately Googled it and I'd heard about losing the mucus plug could be, they also call it the bloody show.
The bloody show?
Bloody show, I've heard.
Yeah, but that's such
I've totally heard bloody show. I don't know why. It's the first time.
That's it. So the bloody show happened.
God, what's worse, bloody show or mucus?
No, I feel like
answer the poll
Here's
online.
why I'm glad I won't be pregnant because you get all these gifts with purchase when you become pregnant. You get a mucus plug and a placenta.
It's
and all
hard.
in a jar.
No, God no.
She
but
lost it.
I lost it. I thank God it was in the bathroom.
Oh.
I went to go to the bathroom like constantly. So I got up, went to the bathroom, and then it dropped out, and I was like, oh my God, that's the mucus plug. Because I'd started like really researching what the signs would be of labor. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going into labor, and then I was like, but it could take 2 to 3 weeks. No, I immediately started feeling like the cramps. But those are pre-labor cramps, and I didn't know the difference. So we started timing my contractions right then and there, which weren't even contractions. And the reason why I bring that up is everyone was like, rest during pre-labor because you're gonna need all your might during labor. So Mark and I were experiencing pre-labor and timing the contractions for like 16 hours. Like dumb fucks, like literally like, okay, that was 6 minutes. Okay, that was 12. because you don't know.
And you're like, this is as bad as it's gonna get.
Yeah, you think you're like, this is a cakewalk.
Oh my God.
But you don't know how fast it'll progress because like my sister-in-law had like pre-labor and then immediately went into like labor. So like we didn't know, but you'll wake up. I didn't know that. So didn't sleep. Then finally I felt like the hard labor and my doula came over. Brett's went to high school with her, junior high. Ivy's been on the show. Ivy came over.
Yeah. And when we were in middle school, I was like, I know someone you need to be a doula for later. So I kept her around.
He did. I'm really appreciative because she was amazing. And it was mostly what she trained Mark and I prior, like how to handle contractions, not only through the breathing, but like Mark using like his elbow on pressure points completely takes away the pain.
Cool.
Not completely, but it helps. So then the hard labor started and just breathing right through it. And I was like, okay, I think we should go to the hospital. And she was like, no, you don't need to go yet. You don't need to go yet. I was like, I want to go now. And she's like, you don't need to go. And so she ended up leaving. Mark and I ended up going and my doctor wasn't there. I'm not gonna say the name. Another doctor was there that I heard.
Seuss was not there.
Dr. Seuss was there.
Did he cook you up some
excited.
green eggs and mucus plug?
Yeah.
So Dr. Somebody was there that I heard was just more primitive. Like you don't want like more old school technology, wouldn't like be as like my doctor was very all about like my birth plan and respecting my birth plan. So we turned back and went back home. We were at Cedars and then we turned around, went back home and I listened to Ivy and we did more labor there for like 3 hours. And then I started bleeding really bad, which I guess is normal. It's your cervix opening up. So my cervix was opening up. So I was scared by that. And I said, I'm going to the hospital. And she's like, you're still in pre-labor. We show up, I was 6 centimeters. So I was way into hard labor, but she just didn't know. Cause I really like held it together. I did at that point.
I could see that.
At that point.
I could see Sam being like, nope, I did the research and I'm breathing regularly.
I'm bleeding profusely, but you know what? I'm good.
It's because I had the breathing definitely like you're in control, but like Mark's elbows like on those pressure points was a godsend. So then we go there, they check me, they're like, oh, you're 6 centimeters and the baby's head is at so it was like 3, 2, 1, 0, -1. It was like a 0, like it's close. Like, oh, let's get you in. They got me in. I think Ivy was a little surprised because she thought I was in pre-labor, and I was like, told ya. So then we.
Brett.
My bad.
It's your fault.
This is obviously my fault. Everything, and I'll wear it.
She was amazing. So then we hard labored for like another 6 hours, and then they checked me again, and I thought I'd be 10 centimeters. I was still a 6. That's when I like was so defeated. I was like, oh my God, we've been like walking around the hospital, like dealing with this, and at this point I'd been up for like 36 hours, 30 hours, so fucking tired. And then after that, hard labored for a little bit more, made it to 8 centimeters and I just collapsed. I went on all fours, I was like, give me the, well no, I didn't say give me the epidural. I gave her my safe word, because we had a safe word.
What
was the safe word?
Sage.
Sage is my other friend who's a doula's name.
Sage.
Not even kidding. My midwife friend's name is Sage.
Yeah, like clean it out, like clean out the energy. So I was like Sage to her, I was on all fours, I was bawling. I was so tired. The contractions, like I said, they hurt. But you can control the contractions because I don't want to scare people out there. You can, but I was so exhausted, so I was like, Sage. She kept telling me to like go for it because I told her to. So I was like, keep being like my motivational speaker, please, please, please. So she kept telling me, and I was like, Sage, and she kept telling me, I was like, Sage. So finally, she was like, okay. So they get the epidural guy, and he was rather young. Mark didn't feel good about it, so Mark was like asking him questions about like, you know, how common is it to get like that mite? Because there's a lot of complications that can come from an epidural. And I didn't want to be hooked up to a catheter. I was like free roaming prior to this. That was wonderful. I didn't have to worry about like tubes and catheter and all that stuff. So anyways, the guy was so cool. He's like, yeah, I am new. He's like, would you like, he totally dropped his ego and he's like, would you like me to get like the Cedars-Sinai like epidural king? Mark's like, yes.
Dr. Zhivago.
Dude, the guy came in, like kicked the door down. He like kicked the door down.
Stop
he was like an urban cowboy, so good looking. I swear, General Hospital. I was
Only
like,
Samantha Shock
I'm
would have
gonna
that
stick
experience.
this in your spine.
He was amazing. Yeah.
Shirtless with a 6-pack, just with a needle like, let's do this.
totally-
With a 9-inch needle.
His confidence was like through the roof. So I was like, I felt good then and there. I was like, just do you. He's like, we're gonna knock you out. You can sleep for 2 hours and we'll take it from there. So put it in heaven. Heaven for 2 hours. Slept, woke up. They're like, oh, you're 10 centimeters. You gotta push. my worst fear. I could not.
It's like Ambien on a plane.
Yeah.
Wake me when we get there.
Yeah, totally.
Put it in. It was
I had a
perfect.
2 hour sleep, and then they woke me up and was like, "It's time to push." That's when my biggest fear was I could not push. And most people that get an epidural, they can easily push, but for some reason, maybe he just put too much. Maybe I metabolized it. I don't know. I have no idea why, but I couldn't. Or maybe I was so tired I just couldn't push. But could not push. So we tried pushing for like 45 minutes. Nothing was happening. So they're like, okay, so we're gonna let the epidural wear off. So we waited another 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours. But this time it was like almost 40 hours. And so then I could feel all the contractions, but I was happy about that because I always hear that pushing is a relief. Hell to the no. Pushing hurts so bad because you're pushing out the fucking head and shoulders.
Yeah.
It hurts so bad. I wanted the epidural again, but then I didn't want to go through like,
Not being able to push.
yes. So then I start pushing, she's starting to crown. They call it the ring of fire because it literally feels like a lighter is going around your vagina
it.
like this.
Wow.
It's gnarly. It's gnarly. So I'm like breathing through it. I've escaped the room. Like I've left.
Your out-of-body experience, right?
Totally left my body. Eyes were glued shut. And then the nurse next to me was like, "Okay, we're gonna close your legs. Jessica's in an emergency." That's my doctor. So we're gonna close your legs. I was like, "Close my legs? Like we need to push her out." And she was like, "I technically can't deliver, and it's just gonna be like 10 minutes." So we waited 10 minutes. I was still just like circling around my body as I was crowning.
This is like athlete Sam.
Oh, totally. Never once opened my eyes. Just circled. We can do this. Talk to Sophie. It was a good thing after the fact because she crowned for so long. I did not tear because it slowly stretched. Slowly stretched.
We just animate Mark's head.
It
comes out.
slowly stretched. So, but it was hell. So that was happening, and then right before Jessica came in, the baby had her first like meconium like poop, which is scary. No, I know it sounds bad, but it's not a good thing for them to poop in the
Meconium
canal.
poop mucus plug. Playing tonight at the Troubadour.
With opening guest Ring of Fire.
Yes. And it was scary because like I'm sure now I would have been like, okay, it's fairly common, but the way that they tell you, they're like, okay, so here's the deal. Sophie pooped in your canal. If she ingests it, you know, she's not gonna come out crying and we're gonna have to take her away. So like to hear that, I'm gonna get emotional. It's scary.
Yeah.
So you're like,
Yeah.
what does that mean? But in reality, they would have taken her like probably like to the side, my eyes were closed, and like put tubes down her, which you don't want, and like sucked all of it out. But if she does come out crying, everything's fine. We'll do skin to skin, it'll be fine. And I guess it's fairly common to have the meconium. But to hear that, it's scary. So then the whole like NICU team comes down, like they're there. I guess there were 6 of them in the room. My eyes never opened, but Mark told me. And they were waiting just in case. So then Jessica comes in, another like kick down the door type moment, ready to do this. And they come in just for the very last moment.
Right.
Like they're there to deliver the baby. So she delivers, so we pushed like just for like 15 minutes because she was already there. And she came right out. It was the best thing. She's crying bloody murder. Crying right on my chest. We put her on my chest. It was the most beautiful moment. Yeah, it's just, but you're also exhausted and you're also just trying to like, what is going on? Like, it's such, and Mark's right here and Mark cut the cord. And then we had one other scary moment. Then on the way out, one of the nurses thought she heard a murmur and then she brought up Jimmy Kimmel. She's like, I don't want it to be the Jimmy Kimmel thing. And then Mark's like, why would you even bring that up? Because it's Jimmy Kimmel's baby.
That's Mark
like,
right there.
Yeah.
Why would you even say that?
Yeah, Mark called for
Can't you hear him?
Yeah.
Why would you? That's
It's
stupid.
scary. So like they put me in like a room. Mark's like, no, I'm going with you wherever you're taking Sophie. And so he followed the nurse or the nursery where they ran tests on her and they had to do all these tests on her. Mark's like, bring down a pediatrician. Like, I respect you, but let's see what the pediatrician says. 2 pediatricians came down and everything was fine. Like the nurse was just being overly cautious, but it was scary because they were gone for an hour and a half and I was just gave birth to Sophie and I was in my room. I didn't have my cell phone on me. So I was like, thought something really bad happened.
Yeah,
I thought
that's the
Mark was
worst.
preparing himself to tell me. Like, you just don't know.
Right.
Where are they for an hour and a half? So
Right.
that was scary. But other than that, then you're in the hospital for 2 days and you're just like, what do I do? Like, what do I do? It's just crazy. But then you're staring at them for 5 hours, but you're so exhausted. And then
Did she look like an alien?
She was so cute. She was puffy.
So lucky, dude.
She was beaten up. She got beat up down there. Like she was beat up. She was puffy.
Many men are.
She looked a little alien-esque.
I don't think she was really.
No, I
think like
I
a
thought
mother could
Sam's
love it.
baby was cute because I saw your Instagram
So
post and I was like,
cute.
okay, before I open my eyes and I love Sam, I
and
don't
I
want
was
to judge.
prepared.
She
all
was
baby.
cute.
And
It
she
was a
has like
cute
her little
baby.
baby acne right now. That's all normal.
The back
It's
knee?
all baby acne. Oh yeah, but maybe there's
It's
some
not back knee. It's
baby
baby.
acne.
The B in
Bump
this
back
situation.
We'll get to that, and I should
baby
probably
acne.
wrap this segment up. But after that, yeah, and then I guess that we'll get into postpartum because I was really surprised with what the hell happens to your body right after the baby.
Quick question.
Yes.
Did you
Yeah.
experience the sack of grapes?
What is the sack of grapes? What did I miss out on? Why didn't you tell me this earlier?
The hemorrhoid bag that falls out after you give birth.
No.
And it's like a sack of grapes.
No, see, but I never had hemorrhoids, so maybe I took Dr.
for
Schultz's
purchase,
like
dude.
herb that you can take like to like prevent all that, and it prevented it completely. So I
Okay.
never had constipation, and I never had hemorrhoids. So maybe if I had hemorrhoids, that would have came out.
I hear it happens to every single person.
Well, you
But
poop on the table. You can. I
You
still
have to make bad.
Did you
have to
poop?
make
I don't know
bag
if I
of grape
pooped because
wine out of
the
it.
nurses are supposed to be so quick with it. I don't know if I did. I never
We're gonna
asked.
say you didn't.
I don't know.
I don't think you did.
I think you did. I believe.
I don't
you.
think you
did
did.
it.
No,
think
you didn't have
that you
Chipotle
I
anytime
don't know
before
if
you
I
gave
did.
birth.
I
so
swear
you're
to God,
good.
I would tell you if I knew. They make it very discreet if you do. So don't worry about it at home. If you're like a new mom about to give birth, like you wouldn't know. You're so in the moment, you would not know. There's no way you would know.
Where did Mark stand this whole time?
Mark was right here next to me,
Yeah,
kissing
yeah,
my forehead, like holding my hand, telling me to breathe. At one point, the doctor's like, "Do you want to feel her head?" I was in circling as the Ring of Fire was happening, so I was like, "No."
You're like, I feel it, bitch. I fucking feel everything, you whore.
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
Did you ever get mad at Mark? We're like, you
No.
did this to me.
No, because
that was Hollywood Boulevard
That was
earlier.
Hollywood Boulevard. I got rid of that, thank God. No, I was really in the zone. I was in the
Yeah.
zone. I was calm, and I just wanted to like leave my body at that point. Anywho,
Good Christ.
but it's amazing to cap it all off. Yeah, like it went way out the window of what I had planned, but like the most beautiful part of it was like the bonding experience that Mark and I had. And then of course giving birth to Sophie. Like I would do it again and again and again without even thinking. So it's amazing, and yes, it's difficult, but it's incredible the high you have. Like just holding her afterwards is unbelievable. So we're gonna talk postpartum on the next segment because man, your body goes through some stuff that I had no idea.
Cannot wait.
And I read so many books. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, please, new moms out there or people that are pregnant right now, let's fill up that comment section because there's so much out there that I feel like nobody talks about. And we'll see you at the next segment.